All right. So, we're going to tackle this beast they call the Math IA.
Yeah,
And, I'm really excited to dive into it.
me too.
Because, I've been there, I've done that.
Yeah.
And I've seen how much anxiety it can cause students, so
Oh, for sure.
I think this would be a really valuable deep dive.
Absolutely, yeah.
So we've got a ton of resources here.
Yeah, we've got guides, teacher tips, student reflections, like we've really got
Yeah, it's a mountain.
a whole 9 yards, but we're going to condense it down into the most important things.
Yeah, absolutely. Just the essentials so that students can really excel in this.
Yeah,
Because let's be real, it's 20% of your grade.
that's right, 20% of your final IB math grade.
So we want to make sure that we're giving you all the tools
Yeah,
to do well in this.
for sure.
But beyond the grade, it's about developing those skills.
Absolutely.
Research analysis.
Yeah.
Communication.
Communication, mathematical communication, problem solving, all those things are going to be useful beyond just this one assessment. Yeah, so let's
Dive in.
dive into it.
Okay. Like you have to just go lock yourself in a room and one of the things that I noticed in a lot of these sources is this idea of, the IAA is this solo mission, right?
Yeah, like a hermit.
And all the sources are saying, no, that's not how this is supposed to work, and emerge weeks later with this perfect paper, right?
Exactly. Like that's not how it works. It's not a solo mission.
So how do we balance that need for individual work, right, with the support that's available?
That's a really important question because the support is there, but it's like, where's the line, right?
How do we make sure we're getting the guidance we need without, going too far?
Exactly. So that's where the teacher comes in.
Absolutely. And I know a lot of students are maybe hesitant.
Yeah.
To even approach their teacher, right? It can feel that way.
For help with the IA.
Sure.
Because they think, oh, is this cheating? Is this crossing a line?
Yeah. Am I allowed to talk to my teacher about this?
But all of these sources emphasize that teachers are a crucial resource
They really are.
for guidance.
Yeah.
So, if you're struggling to narrow down your topic, if you need help with the initial research direction,
Yeah.
your teacher is there for you.
They are your mentor, not your ghostwriter.
Exactly, like they're there to support and guide you, not to do the work for you. And they can also give feedback, right, on one draft.
On one draft of your IA, which is so valuable.
Yes, so valuable.
But again, it's feedback, not rewriting, right? The final product needs to be your own work.
Okay, so we've got teacher guidance covered.
We do.
What about collaboration with other students?
That's a tricky one because the sources seem a little conflicted
They do.
on that.
Yeah, because on the one hand, they encourage collaboration.
Yeah, for brainstorming, sharing resources. Yeah, like brainstorming.
Sharing resources, getting feedback.
Yeah, on your ideas.
But they also strongly emphasize the individual nature of the work.
Absolutely.
So how do we practically approach this?
Right. Like, for example, can I ask a friend?
For help with understanding a concept?
Absolutely.
If I'm stuck?
Yeah, like discussing concepts is fine.
Yeah, getting feedback on your approach to a problem. Even working together to understand a challenging piece of math. Okay, that's all encouraged.
So it's about drawing a line between collaborating to learn and understand,
Yes,
and copying or having someone else do the work.
exactly.
For you.
You got it.
And that line extends to data collection too. So even if you're doing an experiment as a group.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Each student needs to collect their own data
their own data set.
for analysis.
Yes.
Because ultimately, so we're working together to design the experiment, right?
But then you.
Collect my own data.
So it's really developing those individual skills. And you draw your own conclusions. You analyze your own data. You collect your own data.
This is really helpful in clarifying those boundaries.
Yeah, I think that's a really important distinction.
So, we've got teacher guidance check, responsible collaboration check. What's next on our IA checklist?
Let's see. All right. So we've talked about teachers, we've talked about collaboration. What about these assessment criteria?
Yeah, the assessment criteria, because I know that's
It's a mystery.
a mystery for a lot of students.
Yeah, they're like, what are they looking for? What does this all mean?
So let's break it down.
Okay, let's unpack it. And I know there are 5 main criteria.
Yeah, presentation.
Yep. Mathematical communication, personal engagement, reflection, and then use of mathematics.
Right. So where do we even begin?
Okay. Well, let's start with presentation, okay? Because this is all about clarity and organization. So you want to make sure that your IA is well structured.
So, it's not just about getting the math right. No, it's about how you present it. It's about how you communicate those findings, okay? and making sure that it's easy to follow.
And visuals are important too, right?
Yeah, visuals are great, but they need to be purposeful, okay? They should enhance your points, not just be there for decoration, not just because they look pretty.
Okay, so like a graph or a diagram.
Exactly, like if you're trying to show a trend, a graph is super helpful, or if you're trying to explain a complex concept, a diagram can really clarify things.
Okay, so presentation is kind of like setting the stage.
Yeah, it's like creating a roadmap for the reader, okay, so they can easily follow your thought process.
Got it. Now what about this mathematical communication?
Yes, as that always trips me up.
That's a tricky one. Like, what are they actually looking for?
Okay, so think of it this way. You need to speak the language of mathematics.
Okay, fluently and accurately.
Yeah, so that means using the correct notation. Yeah, defining your key terms.
So like if I'm using a variable, I need to explain what it represents.
Exactly, you have to define it clearly, okay, and then using a variety of representations.
Representations like what?
So that could be graphs, tables, diagrams, even models. So it's not just about formulas and equations, right? It's about going beyond that. It's about showing that you can communicate those ideas in different ways. S1, exactly. So if I'm doing an IA on like modeling population growth, I might have a graph.
Maybe a table, right? Comparing different growth models.
Yeah, and then maybe even a diagram.
Oh, that's a great example. But to show like the factors that are influencing it.
Exactly, because that shows you're thinking about it visually and conceptually.
Okay, I like that. Not just computationally. Okay, let's move on to personal engagement.
Hey, personal engagement, because I feel like that's a little vague.
It can be a bit nebulous.
Yeah, right, because it's not about how much time you spend or write how many pages you write.
Is it about like how much I care about the topic?
It's about showing genuine interest. Okay, and taking ownership of your exploration.
So how do I do that?
Okay, well ask yourself, did you explore different perspectives?
Tell us.
Did you go beyond the textbook? Did you make your own predictions? So it's about going deeper.
It's about going deeper than just the surface level.
Exactly, and making those connections to your own interest.
Okay, because that's where the real learning happens.
I like that. Okay, so personal engagement is about taking ownership and going deeper.
You got it. What about reflection?
Reflection, because I know it's more than just summarizing my results.
It is. It's about evaluating your work.
Okay, critically.
Critically, yeah. So what did you learn?
Okay.
What were the limitations of your approach?
So, like, if my model wasn't perfect?
Yeah, exactly. Like, why wasn't it perfect? Okay, what would you do differently next time?
So it's about showing that I've thought about the meaning.
Yes, of my findings. The significance of your findings, not just here, are the numbers. Exactly. It's about going beyond just the calculations.
Okay, and thinking about the bigger picture.
All right, last but not least, use of mathematics.
Yes, the heart of the IA, and I know this is a little different for SL and HL, right? But what's the general idea?
Okay, so the general idea is to demonstrate, okay, your understanding of the math, okay, that's relevant to your topic.
So, for SL, it's about showing that I can apply, right, what I've learned.
You've learned in the course and explain it clearly.
Exactly, and for HL, it's going to be more sophisticated, right?
Yeah, the expectations are a bit higher.
Okay, so you need to showcase that more advanced level of thinking, so more complex calculations, more advanced concepts, deeper analysis.
Deeper analysis. Okay, so basically choose math that you understand.
Yes, and can explain.
That you can explain clearly regardless of the level. Absolutely. Don't try to get too fancy.
Yeah, don't try to be too clever. Don't really get it because it's going to show.
So all of these criteria, they all work together, right?
They do to kind of paint this picture.
Yeah, they're all intertwined of my mathematical journey.
Exactly.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, wow, this has been really helpful.
Yeah, it's been a good deep dive.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
But, one thing that I've noticed is that students often get tripped up.
Yeah.
By these common misconceptions or myths, right? Those IA myths.
Yeah, about the IA. They're everywhere.
So, let's debunk a few of those.
Okay, I'm ready to bust some myths.
All right, so myth number 1.
Hit me.
Talking to my teacher about my IA is cheating.
Oh, that's a big one.
Yeah, and it's totally false.
Yeah, remember, your teacher is your guide, right? They want you to succeed. So, it's okay to ask for clarification on the requirements, to brainstorm topic ideas, and even to discuss your initial research. All of that is encouraged.
Absolutely.
Okay, so it's not about avoiding your teacher. It's about using their guidance responsibly.
Exactly. Okay, myth number 2.
Okay, what is it? Longer is always better.
Oh, the length myth. Yeah, like if I write a 30-page IA,
Please don't.
I'm guaranteed a 7.
No, quality over quantity.
So what are they looking for?
They're looking for a focused, well-structured exploration, so concise.
Concise, yes, to the point. Get to the point, make every word count.
Exactly, because a shorter IA that's well-written, okay, and demonstrates a deep understanding is going to score much higher. Got it! Okay, last myth.
Okay, then a longer one that's just rambling. Okay, lead on me. I need to use super complicated math.
Like, the more complicated, the better. Like, I gotta find the most obscure formula, right?
Oh, the complexity myth to get a good grade.
Yeah, no, not necessarily.
So what's the truth?
The truth is, you need to use math that's appropriate for your topic.
Okay, and that you understand.
So if I don't really get it,
Yeah, don't use it. Don't try to force it.
okay, because it's going to show. So choose math that you're comfortable with.
Yes, that you can explain clearly.
Exactly, and that's relevant to my topic.
You got it.
This has been so insightful.
Yeah, it's been fun. I feel much more confident about the IA now.
Good, and I think our listeners will too.
I hope so.
So to all you IB math students out there,
Yes, embrace the challenge. Don't be afraid of it. Use the resources available to you, your teachers, your friends.
and remember, it's not just about the grade.
No, it's about becoming a better mathematician.
Exactly, so what will your exploration uncover? Good luck.